Yo, yo, yo. Okay, yo. Yo.
I like you. You're like a tiger.
Yes, I grew up on a dole in a single parent family. Been through a little bit of tragedy. Yes, I was around drugs and violence before the day that I started secondary. That's part of it, not half of it. Get the picture, the rest ain't necessary. Growing up, got a little caught up. That ain't even half of my life. Also given the knowledge of self, that is all we actually need to survive. If you saw me, age 9, reading Malcolm, just fine. Teachers still treated me stupid. Students that couldn't speak English, they put me in groups with. The irony is, some of the first man to give me schooling, you were called youngsters. I already explained that we know what the truth is. They used to say, don't be like me. Yeah, I got a name and dough on the street. Nighttime comes, I can't sleep. It's the part that rappers don't speak. We don't hit the road cause we're thugs. Don't come out the room, wanna sell drugs. If we got the right guidance and love, would we fight people just like us? How could I knock the hustle to get by? How do you think I ate as a child? Judge no one, done many things wrong. Just don't boast about it in songs, but listen to my older bars. I was just as confused as you probably are, but you grow when you learn. Travel and cut, one too many man, you know, get caught up. One too many man that could have been doctors, end up spending the whole life boxed up. You learn if you study, so set out just to make them money. No cover, it's all about getting poor people to fight with one another. So it's logical that us killing our brothers, dissing our mothers is right in line with the dominant philosophy of our time. But time is a cycle, not a line. Comes back around, you regain your mind. You be ready for the energy I challenge in my rhyme. Remedy the pedigree, the jeopardy your mind. When the world's this leverage is a crime. We can all fight with our brothers over crumbs. Harder to fight the one who makes guns. We can all talk get $2. Harder to be the one who seeks knowledge. If we understood economics with no money's nothing, think nothing of it. Money is a means to get wealth, not the wealth itself. And don't get confused, far from broke. All that you see me do I own, but I won't hang what I make around my neck. I know from where that the diamonds came, but I do literally own a library that definitely costs more than your chain. And businesses and property, far from starving. I eat quite properly and I don't care, just said it for the kids who need to know you're not broke to listen. Don't know an asset from a liability, they've never been shown or told the difference, so they don't change situation. Richest man in Britain is Asian, that's significant, not coincidence. Asian people build businesses not by flossing, going out shopping, giving up the culture for everyone's profit. Who runs Bollywood? Indian people. Who runs our ish? So we shake our ass and dance as if racism just upped and vanished. But has it? No, it's right on course. You're beaten so bad you're trained to ignore. Let me not just make sweeping statements. Give me a second, I'll explain it. For small amounts of drug possession, there's more black people in jail in America than there is for rape and armed robbery and murder all put together. You can say they're just locking up thugs. Imagine they're in prison, every middle class kid that had ever held drugs. Oh, that's right, that'd be your kids. Bigger than that, what is going on with this? Prison in America's private business. They get paid 50k per year per inmate by the state. Just wait, also legally are allowed to use their prison inmates as slaves. Cheap slave labor, big corporations, they come out of jail when they can't get a job. So when we celebrate going to jail, we are literally celebrating enslavement. Add to that, the hood that you live in, engineered social condition that breeds crime by design. Where do you think you get your man? You could say that they're just black, but I like to deal with facts. In the 1920s, you would have found in America black towns, prospering centers of economics to education to make you proud. But some people couldn't bear that the former slaves would not just lie down to the KKK and other hate groups. Burn those towns to the ground, killing hundreds if it ain't understood. You think you were always living in the hood? It's only been 60 years since they hung blacks and burned them, and that was so cool. They were your baskets, picnic baskets, even gave kids the day off school. Go see a lynching, have a picnic, it's fun to watch the little monkeys die. And people act a little dysfunctional, you wanna pretend that you don't know why. If your colour means you can be killed and you're powerless to get justice about it, is it difficult to figure out how you would then end up feeling about it? And that ain't excuses, just dealing with the roots of abuses that make a reality. We're a generation of young men speak of ourselves as dirt casually. That's America, this Britain. Something similar, some different. In this country, the first enslaved were the working class. What's changed? Worse jobs, worse conditions, most tax. Look where you live and yet you go to the pub. Friday night you will fight with a guy, don't know what for, won't fight with a guy. Suit and a tie who send your kids to die in a war. They don't send the kids to the rich or the politicians, it's your kids, the poor British, like the same to go and die in a foreign land for these wars that you don't understand. Yeah, they say you are British and that lovely patriotism they feed you, but in reality you have more in common with immigrants than with your leaders. I know both sides of my family, black and white, are fed ghetto mentality, reality in this system. Poor people are dirt regardless of shade. But with that said, let's not pretend that everything is the same. When our grandparents came here to Britain, if you had a criminal record you couldn't get in. That ain't protecting from all of the stupid abuses they will be living. Kicked in the teeth, stabbed in the street, many times firebombed our houses, put feces through our letterbox, and of course the cops did so much about it daily. Up to the 80s, people spitting in my palm cause I was a baby. But of course, that has had no effect on why today we are crazy. And none of this was for any good reason. They were just dark and breathing. To ease the guilt now for all of this treatment, constant stereotypes are needed. So if I celebrate how big that my kid are, bricks that are flipping, clips that are sticking, chicks that I'm hitting, I'm playing my position. But if I teach a kid to be a mathematician, messing with the schism, how they gonna fill a prison when materialism is no longer our religion? What do you think we got now in Britain? Just like America, private prison, prison for profit. That mean when your kids go jail, people make money off it. So keep environments that breed crime, build more jails at the same time. Market badness to the kids in the rhymes. Long as rich kids ain't dying, it's fine. Get them to the point where some are so lost they actually believe if they don't celebrate killing themselves off. That it's because they're soft. Was Malcolm soft? Was Marley soft? Tell me, was Marcus Garvey soft? Well, was Muhammad Ali soft? Nah, I think not, but they want us to think that the road is cool. Being on road is all we could do. We don't control the wholesale production, so who benefits from us moving the food? Or thinking there's no way out of road life, but Malcolm X used to hustle on the roadside. And Marcus Garvey organised more than 6 million people with no Facebook or Twitter. Why is it something you can't eat? One of my own homeboys did a 10 straight in the boxing yard. Now what's he doing? Passing his doctorate. Don't tell me that it's too hard. Who trained you to believe you're inferior? Songbo Ebedo in Nigeria are the remains of an ancient moat dug 1,000 years ago. 20 meters wide, 70 down. Round the remains of an ancient town that's 400 square miles around. 400 square miles around. Please don't believe me, it was a documentary on BBC, but we ain't studying history. Too busy watching MTV, and MTV said wear platinum. Now everybody wanna go and wear platinum, and MTV said pop magnums. Now everybody wanna go and pop magnum. If MTV said drink prune juice, you will start hearing that in tune soon. Hey, today I wore my Cartier. Is it now more important what I got to say? Oh, and I drive a Mercedes, by the way, so everybody listen to what I got to say. Does that make you all happy? But it's my head still nappy. Think for myself, so some mad at me, but on the mic ain't not one bad as me. All of this here's good for the rhymes. Put us in the same place at the same time, and it's clear to everybody I'm out of my mind. Some of these guys are running out of their rhymes. Clear to everybody that has got ears. I'm the guy that they just might fear, that they wanna get near, but they can't have a peer. Oh dear, I'm hard liquor, you just like beer. Front on the kid for another 5 years. Come to my shows and some cry tears. Mean that much to him, it's a movement. I don't speak for myself, but a unit. Black, white, man, woman, anyone who respects truth we put in. Dudes are like no dinner, we're just pudding. Yeah, you're sweet but no substance pudding. You can never ever be with a level on. Our songs get played out there in Lebanon. We speak for the people properly, not for the old fat guys in offices and the girls loving. Ain't fair, you can't even be bothered to comb his hair. Anyway, that's enough kissing my own ass. Back to the more important task of being so shower. I got half the hood screaming, knowledge is power. And I ain't saying that'll change rap back, but I do know this for a fact. Right now there's a youth on your block with his hands on his face screwed up. So he don't care, don't give a that he won't let nobody call his bluff, but the words go in. Open your shackles, once that's happened there is no going backwards. You start to see what is really happening. Who the enemy you should be attacking is. So read, stuck on the block, read, sitting in the box, read, don't let them say what you can achieve. Cause when people are enslaved, one of the first things they do is stop them reading. Cause it is well understood that intelligent people will take their freedom. Cause if we knew our power, we would understand we can't be held down. If we knew our power, we would not elevate not one of these clowns. If we knew our power, we wouldn't get arrogant when we get 2 pennies. If we knew our power, we would see what everybody sees, that we're rich already. But never mind, MCs go run for your mummy. I'm hungry, I run for my tummy. That's enough, back to worshipping money. I'm off, back to the study. Oi, mate, my personal life's great. Some of you would love me more if I rub that in your face. Okay, well, let us run down the resume and have a little chat about Akala's living today. Big whip, nice yard, been all over the globe. Look how many continents that I have done. Shows, couple little companies, neat little office, everything going swell. Little bit of profit, built a business educating kids from the block. So far as I'm concerned, you gotta be a mug to not rate him. Own my own masters, still my own master. Novels and scripts on the way. Rap is just a part of the genius in his head, and he knows it, dickhead. Since I used to kick ball for West Ham with my big head. Back in school days, wearing hand-me-downs from my sister, and gal was still onto man. Now that's some Ross charisma. It's just a nipper. I took my first pull of Rizla. And who you think gave me that? Yeah, my bigger sister. So when we speak of struggle, cousin, it's yours. You know the same old madness. Working class poor, yeah. So may have won a couple awards. I guarantee you that my family just as messed up as yours. All the abuse and the alcoholism and drug addiction. Uncles going to prison. This is working class living in Britain. It ain't great. You gotta be kidding. So please don't ever get confused by me spitting. Cause yes, I said the ghetto's in our head, but no, I didn't mean if you live next to a food yard, let that's in your dreams. I meant believing in the madness they spout about us is far more dangerous than putting us in council houses. So yeah, I criticize, but from a place of love, never, ever. Cause I think that I've become above every young brother you wanna judge as a tug. It's me, man, that's a little guidance and love. So I think that you're the mug. And why be smug when it's an actual fact. We all commit crime simply by paying tax, cause we didn't go and tickle them people in Iraq and ask them so politely for all the minerals we extract. We blew children's heads off, set fire to backs. We're a gangster nation, get down and you get clapped. So when you see the youth them running around on the road with heaters, don't be surprised, they're just copying their leaders. Long as the wars stay in places that are brown and poor, we can all pretend to be abhorred, but we applaud. If you go up to Knightsbridge and get violent, the policeman that doppers you will probably get knighted. If I don't wanna fight you, cuz it ain't cause I'm frightened, I'd just rather fight with those who really think they're titans. I ain't scared of bleeding, I am scared of breathing another breath in this world where everything is so uneven. When millions murdered in the Congo when it's barely news. But if a footballer's wife should buy a pair of shoes, I'm supposed to give up. Apparently, I do not. The world's a reflection of your block, and if you think a world that profit from their death and be totally cool, thinks you're better cause you live here, you're a bloody fool. Look around at genocidal abuse, I swear humanity ain't nothing but a virus with shoes. Then I pick my nephew up from school and I look at the youths and see the love they show each other, and I'm just so confused because they ain't learned yet what is their race or religion. So we're born unconditioned, but we learn to play our position in the system. Look what that does to our recognition of self. We grow suspicion of our own intuition. Now listen, Akala's sick, but he raps about racism too much. Could you imagine I gave a flying? Cause it's amazing how many wanna claim they love this music with no respect for the actual struggle that produced it. Did hip-hop not start in segregated hoods? Are them hoods not still segregated? So it's really good. Are the First Nation not still on reservations where the age of 46 is the average life expectation? And fellas, I wonder where the favelas have been suddenly knocked down and replaced with something better. If you got sense, you see fights are joined, and race, class and gender are sides of the same coin. So if you're really down for justice, whoever the people who suffers, whoever you are, I consider you my sister's brothers, but call it what it is, like Carlin or Bill Hicks. Not these patronizing left-wing little twits that ask me dumb shit on a superior tip and wanna act like cause I read I saw less violence as a kid. Don't make me an exception for your mental protection from accepting the madness of the system we are left in. That was the clearest thing to come of August events. All the closet bigots started speaking their minds again. So when a Jamaican or Asians misbehaving, of course it's cause of their skin. Blonde hair kills a million people, that's just him. And it's entertaining, some people are so thick, but I prefer that than all of the fake grins, cause it's the only problem. People claim they wanna solve but don't actually wanna talk about how it evolved. You are told this country really, really yours, sir? What they did to brown people did to their own poor first, and originally in the States working class whites were also enslaved, and no one talks about it today. Ever since the master came with the system of privilege, made the working whites the overseers, mulattoes the house, cause put the darkest blacks in the field. That mind is with us still. $billion industry, skin cream and bleaching pills. And let's be honest, most people of my complexion to this very day still think they're better than the darker section. You say it's changed, then only educate me about Wilberforce, not about the Africans in Haiti who beat the armies of the British, Spanish and Napoleon. From the moment they stolen them, there was no controlling them. When I was in school, she said, no, you never fought for freedom. No, we freed you, and you were on your knees pleading. And what's more, did you know that we kind of saved you from the barbarism of Africa? You should be grateful when enough of our own people can't be bothered to read that they actually believed that we were swinging from trees. They don't know the Kingdom of Congo had embassies in Italy 500 years ago. Literally ain't heard of St. Maurice nor Septimus Severus. They ain't studying the past cause they think it's irrelevant, and attempts at pretending ancient Egyptians weren't African. Nothing more than pseudo-intellectual lies. They obviously ain't read what Aristotle and Herodotus said about people that they saw for their own eyes. And Egypt's been invaded since the fall of the pharaohs. Not once, not twice, but many, many times. So nobody wants to explain why so many statues are missing noses, even when them statues made of granite. It ain't one people alone mistaught about themselves. We live on Celtic land, but don't learn about the Celts. The same Irish people you characterize as stupid during the Dark Ages, some of the most educated living in Europe. And did you learn the numbers you count with every day was invented by Indian people? I bet you didn't. Or how many million Indians fought for Britain in both world wars? Still you got the cheek to call them immigrants. We don't learn about the Moors, of course. For some that knowledge dangerous. Is it a problem the impact they had on the Renaissance? When people take power over another group, we minimize their achievements so we can make it feel true. So if you think Columbus was first to sail ocean blue, you probably believe Elvis invented rock and roll too. And oh, for the record, no doubt I believe in peace, but not for 1 second, and they'll turn the other cheek. They slap you, slap them back, take teeth. The only way a bully ever learn is getting beat. Fight fire with fire, nah, fire with water. See, the life-giving force is stronger than the destroyer. That's why these MCs can't speak to me. No, all men are not made equally. My brain's made of iron fiber, conducting the livest wire. My average grade's higher than Oxford or Cambridge require. I don't want credit, because I got a message. I want credit because I'm the best MC. Get it? When I came out way back in 04, sister, I just won every award. Most man would have done the bait thing, put big sis on the chorus chords. That would have been A-list raw. Quickly I would have been famous more, but look how I came in this thing raw. Bang up the streets some more. If I MC then I heard me rap, I'd be like, what the? I ain't never gonna be that good, so I better not push my luck. It will embarrass me. Only insanity would make you challenge me. But I hope if we bump heads, that day that I feel like charity. If not, it's a beating, and there ain't no use in searching for meaning. Cause all it means is that you are crap and I am a genius. Why I'm Panama, I push the parameter. Can you imagine if I'm sicker than average? I killing with character. Benjamin Banneker, look at the marriage, I stamina damage. A boy from Britannica, gotta look for the whole of the calendar. So cold that I roll in the challenger. Why you man roll with the amateurs? I'm too much harder. You can just call him Father Akala, but I don't talk shit like a pastor. You already know that I'm smarter than half a bloody disaster. If I ever start, I'll probably a prodigy, make you a martyr for these crap MCs that mumble, then see me in the flesh and crumble. Never told you that I was humble. No, I'm not. Don't lie. I'm so sure in my writing ability that I feel like I'm finding divinity. Sit down and me rhyme a soliloquy. My agility, time in this military. What a singular team for the mini-me. It seems you're a fiend for the mimicry. Your team couldn't dream of the synergy that I've been when I scheme when a wicked beat. There goes again with the big words with best syllables. Get your dictionaries out. That's what I'm about. Clowns wanna shout. Flash them, smash them in the mouth. Bloody professor, a man of the letters I read and I'm sure that I'm better. Never regret an endeavor to dead an oppressor. I think that the lepers that think that their pleasures are better endeavors than all of our pressures. But see me, born in a rage, maroon blood coursing my veins. As you can see, I was born for the stage, but I'll never be their cultural maid. Some say that we're political, is what they're doing isn't. Don't they preach a political doctrine called materialism? But for all the Italian clothes that you wear, or German cars that you drive, or French champagne that we'll buy, will still be monkeys in their eyes. So why you were begging it? Who knows? Italians fight to wear Jamaican clothes. Italians call their own women for everyone's entertainment, bro. But hey, what do I know? I'm just the one with the codes that flows all over the globe. I'm bunning out shows, but still don't oil my chest and pose. Pose a threat to the power structure. Not because we're anything special, but because we're the people together. And that's the only way things change ever. Yo, little story. Let's take him down. Yo, listen. Yo.
I know you gonna dig this.
Absolute power corrupts, absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane. Absolute power corrupts, absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day. Yo, listen. In a scheme of living, my life wasn't hard, but as far as Britain goes, I practically starved. Sleeping in a tracksuit, gas meter running out, electric cut off as well, candles lighting up the house. Looking in my mother's eyes, I see how she feels. The strain and the pain of just paying bills that ain't real. And that's how I grew, like so many more. And that was part of who I am very sure. You wanna know the rage I feel in my stomach? No, my mom and dad split up when I was still in her stomach. And not everything that happened I will put in 16s, but I will tell you enough so you will know what I mean. My boy's mother got cancer the same time as mine, but his mother died and mine survived. It was crazy back then. When I was like 10, already had the mental strength more than many grown men. This was a couple years after my stepdad left. Did he really know the crazy mess that he left? Because mum done recover from the lumps in her neck, but being poor and alone couldn't cope with the stress. My big sis fought, so much so, now I hadn't left school. When she left home, I was 13 by now, still a little kid, innocent. Next couple years though, will turn him to a militant. That is the result of no food in the fridge. And every other day you're getting searched by the pigs. Plus these patronizing teachers though, my grade sick, trying to emasculate me, yeah, turn me to a Anna. Don't mean a woman, please let me be clear. I mean a spineless man, because what do they fear? More than a working class brown male with a brain. When our energy is harnessed, everything changed. Look at Pac, look at Marley, look at Hendrix, look at Garvey. This is the potential that is wasted on a daily basis. A racist, classist world that we're living. Still we coming for nothing and we educate millions. I see why it scares you. It's like, how dare you overcome obstacles that we have been careful to place in your way every step of the way. In this so-called democracy where kids get sprayed, blacks and the Asians, Turks and the Chavs, crowded in council flats, living like ants. And who's more confused than so-called white trash, talking this madness about they want their country back? It never was yours. You should read more. What they did to brown people, they did to their own poor. But people's memory's short, so much that I'm seeing black and Asian kids cuss Eastern Europeans. No pot to piss in makes competition. I fail to see how this is an effective system when cats and dogs in America and Britain eat better food than most of humanity, and we spend our technology only on killing. How is this more than sophisticated savagery? It was once said, the world is a stage, each person just an actor with a part to play, like the middle class kids and kids of the rich that have everything, but yet still they pissed on they coke and ketamine, strung out on. I ain't generalizing. Look at the evidence, so go to Glastonbury any year, you will see. But unlike Carnival, it won't be crawling with police. This is London. The kids on the very next street had a very different life experience from me. And in my experience, they can't help but be smug after a lifetime of what they think's just good luck. But they're still more anxious and more thankless. Unearned privilege weighs like an anchor. That's why they copy what we do, trying to be what they not. They will grow up though and get better jobs and maintain a system that they claim that they hated. They can't fight against, they got a stake in this matrix. Hip-hop is just a fad to them. You didn't know? But for us, this is our living, breathing soul. And yeah, they might backpack in South America or even volunteer in an African village. But all said and done, when push comes to shove and hits the fan of middle class and British, and I ain't even dissing. That's just how it is. Most rich brown people are just as full of shit. So much more concerned with our cars and jewels than most of the world's poor looks just like you. So much more concerned with being privileged few. And who knows, maybe me too, because absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane. Absolute power corrupts absolutely, but absolute powerlessness does the same. It's not the poverty, it's the inequality we live with every day that will turn us insane. Whoever's more human must have the right to do the abusing. I imagine that means you then, or a human just as clueless, foolish fools. Thought of a tortured soul, bought for a quarter of gold. One little sign and slaughter it whole. Why not? They don't have souls. They love their children less than we do, so they are less than equal. They abuse women, so we kill them cause they are bloody villains. That's right, we are the feminists. For the women of the world, kill terrorists. Liberate them from their birth cause they feel more free with their children murdered. I know that it sounds absurd, but let me explain it a little bit further. We're so superior, our missiles whistle until they tickle little itty bitty grandchildren and make them giggle. But their laughter sounds like screaming. I told you that they were demons. They pretend to be dead to make us feel sad, put bullets in the head to make us look bad. But whenever anything other than glad, with nose that look funny and up in their body bag. If a hair's harmed on Sally or Brad, even a dog cry like mad. Dog is a man's best friend, not a girl. Women are abused all over the world and children are raped in every place, every religion or creed or race. Even fathers with daughters, uncles, nieces, sweep it under the carpet. Rape is a weapon used by power, and we don't want to look like bastards, so manufacture hero complex, a reaction to nothing more complex than organised mass rape of the state. Don't want to hear about mass graves cause I hate to relate to a shade that's darker than you. One that prays under a different roof, has less dollars or pounds, crowns or gowns or grounds, fill them up with rounds if they mess with the way that things are constructed. Obstructing lines of production, you can buy anything, liposuction, seduction. Just buy from us men, buy lies, can't buy truth. No one's selling it, there is no use, there is no customer base for the product. We'd rather buy some celebrity trollop, cause our life is about getting one up, and everybody else that we pass on to come up. We don't care what the force bring the sun up, but light in the sun every day getting bun up. Lie to the point that it's part of the culture. Tell the truth, it's only the result of a double lie cancelling itself. Their pride cancelling itself, cause virus is normality. Living in a world that is built on vanity. More salaries, more calories, more thieving, more charities. Picture them all on a horse with a chariot, speaking some kind of African Arabic, teaching mathematics to a Spaniard when maths and got to Britannia. Can you picture rhyme scripture? This designed for the mind to be richer. Are you blind? Can't you find the rim prat? Cause your time and alignment is on crack. It's hard to beat as far off the rhythm as you are. It's like hard to have so little charisma. I swear that you try to be shit to make me look even better than everybody knows that I am already. I'm a pedigree that can't be touched like leprosy. I'm a rapper like the Beatles, begging me to let it be, and I don't need no referee. I play the game on my own, it's my own sport. And you can't take a king to his own court. You can't take a king to his own court. You ain't the phone tour. You're the type to rap for 5 minutes and complain that your throat's sore. Well, I'm so sure that my stone jaw is the coldest and most since 04. Why these silly little boys said it's so raw. Make a bigger bit of noise, but we know you ain't up to the game, you ain't match fit. You ain't even got the brain for the tactics. You ain't even on the bench, you're a ball boy. One little send out you, so just sit down. I am the big Mac man with a quiz on. Super cat that on sting with a scissor. Who are these silly little wallies? Think that you're up with enough for the guts to be on it. They're the version of me that I didn't want to be. I'm the coldest and roll since Admiral Zheng He. I'm firing the booth, you're a wet rag. You ain't the real thing like a stepdad. I'm the best, so rest where the rest have. Don't big up your chest, let your breast sag. I'm the best dad, look, I don't even beat my sons, I let them shine. Even when they got no talent to rhyme, insist on doing it all of the time. All of my fines reinforced with a kind of carbon that harden the thoughts in my mind. Of course you will find, I taught you a line, I'm born with bars. No one ever taught me to rhyme, the portion is mine. Don't touch it, furthermore don't even discuss it. I know that you heard Britain's biggest export is weapons of death. That ain't a fear, but you're a guest. Take another breath and your country's next. Unless you remind them whenever you rhyme and you're a beast on the mic with impeccable timing, they will think they're in the league that I'm in. But that is most absurd. Turn the stands to a cancel with banter for those between the gangster and the panther. I know that you've seen these man with the tantrums like kids when I'm off on the tandem, cause they don't know what a tandem means. So rather than use a dictionary, they talk and badmouth me when I'm only trying to elevate your mind, G. But I don't watch that, they love's more than a grand's worth. You should see when I roll you hands worth, elders see me cross the road, talk to me and it usually goes. We love all your boss up the thing, spread knowledge. Bonfire upon the Babylon College. We are salute you. You're the future. All the bigger man have time for them youth. What I am saying is that the respect's worth more than the chain on your neck. When it's not that, it's somebody's mum. Say that she feed me to a song, cause you wanna come get his mind out of the slums. Akala is smarter than half of you dumb. Regardless, the bars are retardedly dumb. What the Ross and the raw to the part of my lung. Take out a whole click, the chat's doo-doo. Pick up a mic, we can see who's who. I'm firing the booth, you dry wood. Chew your flesh and the best tastes quite good. So smart but he still move quite hood. See him on the road, don't think that I try should. That's a wise assessment. Can I like land as a wise investment? Especially land that is recently blessed with in excess of 1 million deaths in the castle you resting. That's the next thing built on the bones of the flesh of the wretched. Phone you posing, only protected cause we regret that. Only deceptive things that we like and only reject it when it feels like it's truth with the jesting. So get in with a blessed king whose crown is the rounds that he fought. Therefore you ain't got to deal with the fraud of all these beings of whom I'm bored. My worst, stronger than their best over alone. Stronger than their flesh, older than own. Can't compare to his guests. Usually don't ever dare to spit next. It's clear, the reason's fear. Even the worst MC has ears. Though we can't hear where the beat is. The time is flow with the kick and the snare. They hear me, they know life ain't fair. God bless some and some get air. Like these conscious heads that cry that I get big-headed and I don't know why. Cause I've always been this guy. Ever since mum said aim for the sky. I decided that was too low, so I'm astral traveling to another zone. You won't ever get him on the dog on the bone, cause I don't ever really wanna answer my phone. Zone that I'm in is high vibration. See the future in my meditation. Your peeps, poor libation for all the creeps to get above their station. I placed them in the right placement. That is to say I erased them. Ain't no one above, no adjacent. Still these mugs that want to get faced, but face it. They don't really wanna face me. I don't run so you can't ever chase me. And I've been through things on the pavement, but don't beg roll fame cause I never made it. My uncles, cousins and friends have done everything that yours have made, but I don't tell their story, I tell mine. That means I'm real and you're fake. With that said, I don't mind a bit of fiction. If you did tell your story well, but your raps are drier than a dead man's top lip after 6 years of living in hell. Meet a nice girl, you just might gel. Might be wifey, you can't quite tell. No why, cause the only bitch in the world is a man and his ego we have as a show. Mine is harder than my uncle's foot back, who don't even need to wear shoes. He only eats pounded yam and stew with hands like cans on a man. I refuse. Who said mum never raised no fools? Your mum raised you, you're a punk of a plank, a donut at all. You make me think the mother nature's cruel. Then I get back and remember, life is a gift even when it don't look like it is. And everybody thinks that they're cold in the booth. Got no friends to show them the truth. Put the pen down, become a spectator. Go get a day job, there is no shame in it. We need doctors and architects, not more crap rappers that are past their best. And if the cap fits you, wear it. If it fits your friend, to share it. I know it ain't the role of a parent to take my child's confidence and tear it, but it is my role as a father to show my son about life and it's harder. When you got a dad named Akala, those are big shoes to fill. Be your own man, have your own plan, your own destiny. Just don't ever mess with me, preferably. Bunny's fools for the treachery, definitely. Those that put us in jeopardy, especially those that wanna pose next to me. Nobody ain't testing me, it's the versatility that is killing them. So road, but I teach kids William. Listen to my albums, I actually write songs. And of course the bars are brilliant. We could do politics, spirituality, or real life or reality. Do this thing here with straight up vanity. Either way, nobody can battle me, much less shackle me. The maroon, one-man army, an entire platoon. They're like, when he run out of breath soon? How does he do that? Is he human? Look man, it's the spirit of book man. Back in the flesh of a terrible crook man, and all won't like me. Ain't it obvious? I ain't a paedophile, no a colonist. I'm the MC you don't wanna bother with. The gauntlet's thrown down, who's crossing it? That's what I thought. You can have your whole life to retort. Still won't think up the things that I thought when I was age 4. Scratched that before I was born. In the room when I was yet to be formed. Before that in the past incarnation, when I set fire to a fuse plantation. Me and Sam shot here in the cane fields. 2 weeks straight totally stayed still. With nothing but a blade of scrape still. Grumped till now we're enemies. What a great kill. Self-defense is not violence, it's common sense. The first law of nature, self-preservation. To let people kill and abuse you, it's just self-hatred. Turn the other cheek. Why? No one ever got the freedom that way. Lies. When the oppressed say an eye for an eye, they talk this crap about the world goes blind. Just don't attack us in the first place, and everything will be just fine. In the meantime, train hard, read enough, stay sharp, and don't diss the sisters of your barmy. You are putting down half your army. Any revolution without the women in the middle is no revolution at all. Trust me, you could be back from all. Women were there, ready to pop tools, but we have become so cowardly that rather than fight back, we attack the only ones that ever had our back. And that is an actual fact. And I ain't saying that I ain't ever done that. I'm just saying that it's time that we done that. So don't put my name in the same sentence as real revolutionaries. I'm offended. Real revolutionaries spend their life engaged in revolutionary acts. And as cold as I am on the mic, thus far, I just rap. With that said, there is no comparison. Too cold for the way that I carry on. These vultures feed off, carry on. Come along now, carry on, carry on. Roll up, 2 for a pound. Bun down MCs, I run a whole sound. Run your whole clique, I run a whole town. Take a stroll at the speed of sound. Who said the speed of light was the fastest thing? Never knew the speed of darkness. A black hole absorbs all light that it is, so how could light ever get past it? I studied the masters and sages' secret teachings. generations or all of the ages. I don't know, I can't explain it, the knowledge ain't mine, no, I radiate it. It's why they write 16 lines, and I write an essay that rhymes, and I never went uni neither, but my mind works just fine. In fact, there's no need to be modest, my mind's a fine instrument. If I'm honest, and I promise that I will show you where their bodies at. Burying MCs, I might like a hobby that, and MCs don't bite me, they ain't got the technique to even copy that. I think I've made my point in a manner that is more than adequate, so let's put all the boasting aside. I do know that I'm just challenging this thing, who knows what is it? Inspiration, the source of the spirit, not a man in the sky, but a force that animates all things that are living. Dali's brush, Akala's lyrics, some things ain't explained by the laws of physics. Cause you've been down in your life, don't mean you ever be on top of it. Cause for this force right here, there ain't one that is equal and opposite.
Turn up, turn up.
Uncle Akala, the flow father. You already know that I'm smarter than half of the darker the shit get harder. I spit yet fools when I act like they can't get a quick death. How many careers have been ended in a time that I've only ascended? Just telling things how they are now, why would the truth be offensive? I was independent when everybody signed, still independent, respect my grind, own my own masters, know what that mean? Understand back catalogue, are you green? Scene means that my kids have a pension. I ain't got kids, just thought I would mention. See my intention, mangle a mention, murder a syllable and strangle a sentence. Stand to attention, all of your henchmen still couldn't bench him, cause he's too heavyweight brethren. Like old school jungle selection, come through humble a veteran. 10 years since the first album, 10 years no daytime radio, 10 years still touring, natural supporters. We all know why they don't play me though. I'm that rapper, rap about matters that actually matter. Challenging power, war, every single tour is 10% more now. Why do you think that happens? Content matters, albums matter, songs they matter, lyrics they matter, integrity matters, flows it matter. It's worth the skip, but we deal with the matter, no industry hype. Just write what I like, it's a DB code with a mic. This Iron Mike wouldn't like, cause a fight is a roll of the dice, like rolling on knives. Organs openly sliced, cold, I told you the price. Colder than ice, nah, colder than life. Living in a war zone, hold my advice. Take shortcuts, get cut short. Long road, hard road, but most sure. World tour that I'm doing at the end of the year should make all this clear. Some only get visibility, so a silly fool called me a failure. I smiled to myself, these times I was on the plane to Australia. Sold out shows on the other side of the globe, but fools only know what's in front of their nose. So they stun, pose, but they can't sell shows cause their music is poo and they got no flow. I know, you might be astonished, dog shit cannot be polished. No matter how you push it on the public, son, you cannot make them love it, son. You know how many rappers can pack out a venue in Addis Ababa. Guess what? It was the only one Bob Marley ever did play in Africa. You write raps, I write history on the page, and quite literally an elder statesman to my own generation. An inspiration, cause the flows that I came with is a solo played by Miles Davis. Who don't know he's the greatest? So if Charlie tells anybody else their fire in the booth is the best there's been, is he high? Does he lie? Nah, he knows that I'm in my own league. I'm judged totally separate. If we're actually going on the evidence, you wanna be a foe, do you know what the level is? You wanna be a pro, can you roll with the cleverest? Genius, I know it. Kinda like a roadside tug, get a poet. Kinda like a warrior, kinda like a scholar, but I could be an arse, so don't make me show it. I know a certain kind of supporters don't like when I get this bossy. You think that I care? All that show, you don't really know me. See, I'm an arrogant fuck on the mic. I am not humble, I'm only nice in real life. Who wants an MC that does not think that a shit? That defeats the whole point. Combat sport, this rap stuff. That's why man gets slapped when they act up. They cannot catch us, they will get backed up. You can feel the energy coming through the chakras. No aggression, the hood's not listening, cause aggression is what they're living in. So I keep spitting it, every day I'm spinning them. Call me Akala, there is no synonym, nobody similar. Not the same, I rap about life, they rap about chains. Yeah, we all get dough and we all drive mercs. All do festivals, all get work. We don't all lecture at Oxford with a hoodie on, cause I got no response for their nonsense. Don't all do education in war zones. Man, I shook to go Peckham. Despite all the big talk, they were not walking half of the places I step in. Catch me in anyone's hood on my own. Kids act like they've seen a ghost. I'm like, little bro, I'm 32 years old. You think I care about a postcode? I'm not invincible, I can get removed from the physical, but if I get murked, probably be political. Cause the things that come out of my mouth is a madness. I'm a rebellious bastard with no respect for authority. So I don't suggest that you follow me. It's true, this can all end horribly, but I still be the anomaly, an entrepreneur. I don't say it cause it sounds cool, it's actually true. Ain't got a diamond chain, I admit it, but I do got an office with employees in it. Do take youngsters all around the globe, get them paid for the brain and the lyrics, while media wanna still paint us like we are just nothing but crooks. Along comes one so cool, it can make it cool to rap about books. And you can think that's sneaky and stupid, but all that show that you're clueless. Cause the global revenue for books every year is like 10 times more than music. Now I've sold how many books and self-published, how does that look? For those that only respect checks, swear the accountant ain't cooking the books, son. And I don't even think that capitalism should decide how you rate a rap on a rhythm. That is the age we're living in, isn't it? It's all about materialism, more important than any paper debt. Do you check for the youth them? Let's see. Any one of them little tugs right there, it could have been me. It could have been me. He could have been me. 15, I was in chimes and trends. Coliseum way back then, surrounded by big men and the clap of a skeng. You know what's being smoked ain't green, but everybody pretends. These time I kick ball for the hammers. Weed in the girls, put a spanner in the matters. Fact of the matter is, lost my discipline. Late night brethren's whip with a stick in it. He took it from under his dad's mattress. I never grew up with dad. Who's better off? Complicated, I'm undercompensating. Everybody talks road, I let them fake it. My olders was organised crime. They lick banks, so I ain't gas when you say you bag grams. Bad man, what's that? Madman, stop that. They manufacture gas, we just pop that. They import, export, we just shot that. Hustle ain't saying I not that. I'm just saying we should see it's deliberate, and by now we should all be sick of it. I'm working on ways to get rid of it. Mass incarceration ridiculous. So I go jail and I chat to the man them. Fire in the booth, part one, what I rap them. Explaining the system and how I will trap them. Action more than rap them. All my fire in the booths, they have been studied as texts by countless PhDs round the globe. My youth now have some respect, and they still bang on the block from Brixton to Brooklyn, Palestine to West Papua. But despite all the personal comfort, I still feel sick when I think of the massacres. The world is fucked, there's enough to go round, but we are ruled back. There goes preaching again. Akala, stick to the script, just stun. Tell him about your whip, brand new something and sit. How many girls wanna? Well, cuz, come on, let's be honest. I was not ugly before this shit. So you can imagine, but the brain power you cannot fathom. I mean it truly from the bottom of my heart, though. Please jump on the bandwagon, I've made it cool to be conscious again. Say thanks, cause I know that you got more sense. I know that you know yourself when you were sat down with your grind and the friends. That's our culture, respect for the elders. If it's not coke, let me call you a coke kid, no biggie. When I rant with Akala, so silly. I'm like my grand's name, so Millie. 10 years first album, 10 years no daytime play. But in October we're selling out cocoa. Come along, learn about a show on the stage. No hype man, no cup in the mic. Musicians and visuals all mixed right. And like 40 songs squeezed into an hour and a half. His supporters actually like. Consistency matters, the rest is just package. Imagine these rappers is tragic. Sitting at home, having to watch me. They're like, I swear it's black magic. Yeah, black magic. Griot, tradition of the rappers. I study my craft, you man, them are slackers. Bow in the presence of greatness. So you're only trained to rate fakeness. Love that I get is so overwhelming, I don't even see no haters. Yeah, few man I got more status. Which one has more respect? That's what I thought. Akala's the one that they still can't get. Cause I'm like Dennis Brown meets DMX. I'm like Shabba and Brookie and Deck. Running down old school Stratford Rex. I feel sorry for whoever comes next. That's like running off the Usain Bolt. That's like singing after John Holt. That's like trying to floss on the Pope. He's so beyond money, he tries to act broke. I'm like every book written at once. So I got the youth's head fucked like skunk. Little bit of reggae mixed with a bit of punk. And a discipline of a Buddhist monk. Like how it feels when you come, she comes at the same time. Now you are one. Oof, you will swear there's a God when you're done. Even if you know you don't believe in one. Son, all of my children have left the building. Charlie can't have them back cause I've killed them. If I don't feel them, they ain't real, them fate is sealed then. Just don't deliberate over the ill estate soldier, the middleweight roller. Didn't we take over, didn't we take over? The middleweight roller, the ill estate soldier, deliberate over. Lines that I rhyme with a force, so hard it separate your mind from your thoughts. Know that I am inclined to divorce you little big mouth from the height of your horse. See, it's a sign of the times that we walk. Those that talk sense get a line in chalk. Those that talk shit get a line of support. Right round the block for the minds that they bought. For the dominant philosophy, the legal armed robbery, the global monopoly that's fucking up the only planet that we got. If I have my way, I'll tell the truth, I'll let them rock. But unfortunately, it's not. Fuck off. This is so easy. I love this shit, but I'm almost bored. I could write one of these every month, but to give them a chance, I've only wrote 4 core. Man, are not training. They're not ready for the levels of Shaolin. That's almost an hour of bars, my dog. None of which is on my albums. And I got 6. And I write books and plays and scripts. Still find time to go teach in the bits. Who told you that he's not the shit? Well, a bloody liar he is. Oh, what is? This little idiot try chat to me and you know me can't feel it. Boy, try smile me, your eye them tall. Too damn big for your belly. Not on your Nelly, not on your life. Could you find one to touch him on the mic? Yeah, right. Imagine a famous rapper from the States barring for 10 minutes straight. With the bloody cheek to do it double time every time. How much piss does he take? Knows that he's great. Knows that you're fake. Knows that he won't have a bath from your mate. Knows that you're late. Look at the anticipate every word that I say when I speak. Cause it's the knowledge of Timbuktu mixed with the slang of a London Jew. Added in a heart and a soul of the blues. My youth, now how can I not go true? Half of a cracker plus half of a coon. Half of a kelp plus half of a maroon. If I'm feeling anything that's close to half heart, ain't your half more than half doomed. Half of my tune contains more content than every single thing you'd ever do. Guessing is easy but only a few could spit content and still slew. I'm sure you noticed it's true. One of them is not you. You what? You wanna have a Barney with the magic mount, the machine gun armies, with the only one that is channeling Marley. You watch rappers while I'm studying Garvey. Left that. We can all see who's the best that you came for. Connect 4, I came for a chess match. Not the same league, even the same sport. Literally hundreds of stamps in the passport. Not the same league, even the same sport. Literally hundreds of stamps in the passport. And I ain't this black women to make my living. So who's more successful than him? Yeah, I got love in my heart, but it's not all peace and love. Nah, are you kidding? Yes, there were things worth killing and dying for. Ends ain't one of them though. What are you lying for? Now if a man runs in your house, Tom's your mum in the side of a mouth. Who in the right mind mind wouldn't understand why you ended up taking them out. Yes, love is not soft or sorry. Love is so tough it can make your mum catch your body. Love's the only thing worth killing and dying for. That's what I've learned in my time on this earth. Think that I'm wrong, go to a lifer's wing. Look the man them in the eyes, done that many times, got one too many rhymes. The London in my lines, a dungeon for these guys. Crush them to define 100 at a time. Must have defined the cusp of what is rhyme. Clutching and I climb up the level line, was always at the top, but now they recognize. Trust that you recline when I go double time. The flow is so ridiculous, I do prophesize. Guys are ill-advised to dive into a fight with I, the wicked eye, you will never get a blind. That way Akala. And it seems I was there. Where? Everywhere. Every battle ever fought, every stab, every shot. Through the ages of humans, this killing machine, I could feel everything though. It wasn't a dream. I was every soldier that I'd ever fought, with a shield and a sword. All the blood ever drawn from a dagger or a bayonet, an axe that will slay your neck, or automatic gas that clap, only spraying death. I was in a tank that exploded in Iraq, in a drive-by gang war spraying out cars. I was in Nam, dropping napalm, but it burned my skin. I was also Viet Minh. I was an Italian massacring Ethiopians, but the bullets only pierced my flesh cause I was both of them. I could feel every single wound of the flesh, but also the pleasure of causing the death. I was a soldier of the caliphate on a crusade, a killer, using Christ in exactly the same way. I was every woman ever killed in a witch hunt, or every little girl forced to grow with a split soul. Cause men like to snip clits or zip bits closed, so their rape feels nice before they take my life. I was fighting for liberation, a woman and a general, bringing death to cowards that sold my genitals. One moment, I killed to be freed. The next, I was a monarch that killed for my greed. Tutmosis III, Alexander the Fake, Caesar, Napoleon, Francis Drake. The arms of the state, with armies that are great, but I was also the resistance that's hardly ever praised. I was every indigenous person of America that died trying to protect their homes from a predator. Then a robe-clad Roman senator, and every noble that showed you the ways of the treacherous. I was in the Belgian Congo hacking off limbs. In Rwanda, a cancer doing the same thing. I was a Japanese general occupying the Philippines. A Filipino child too young to know what it means. I was at Sharpeville, I was just 2. My mother with a bullet in her head, and I knew. Barely out of her womb, I played with her wound. I knew life was a cycle, she would be back soon. I was a soldier of Ashanti resisting the British, but at the same time still selling humans to the Dutch. If you're honest with yourself and you look back through human history, you'd see that we're totally fucked. Cause I was that little girl in that church in Alabama. Then the Grand Wizard, then Margaret Sanger. Then I was Paul Warfield, Tibbets Jr., feeling just fine in a B-29. I did my job. 100,000 dead. I went home to relax. Then I was every child ever born with deformed limbs, cause they were just pawns on the board to inform kings. I saw sharks following ships, intrigued by the trail that comes overboard. I saw sharks following the ship I was on. I knew then that it couldn't be long. We had tried to get free, but as if that were wrong, we were thrown overboard from the deck of the Zone. So many bodies that the sharks couldn't finish the flesh. It took the waves to administer death. And I joined the rest at the bottom of the sea, the uncounted millions that dreamed to be free. The next minute I was back on a ship, this time as a soldier of the French. Right off the coast of Haiti, we made a gas chamber for African rebels. I couldn't deal with the stench. Then my head was chopped off by one of Dessalines' henchmen. He gave the order for killing all Frenchmen. Then all I could see was pyramids. Can you see? Designed by man's mind but built by his greed. The strangest pyramids I ever did see was not built by stones, but the bones of families.